As the mid-range phone competition stiffens with frequent smartphone announcements from Chinese companies, Samsung has delivered its first 3 and quad camera mid-range phones last month as a direct answer to these companies. The 2018 Galaxy A7 has been with me for a couple of weeks, and Samsung has finally made a decent priced mid-range phone that I can easily recommend. So here's what good and bad about it. Here's a message from our sponsor for today's video. Pick a Trip is a super easy to use travel booking app where you can get the best deals on flights and hotels without getting redirected to other third-party sites. You can easily view the available flight schedules from various airline companies, full hotel room details, view your full travel itinerary, and pay everything off in one single app with your Visa card to enjoy exclusive deals. Download the app on the Apple App Store and Google Play at absolutely no charge. The Galaxy A7 isn't going to score high points for its design. Sure enough, it has Samsung's beautiful Super AMOLED Infinity display on the front and uses a glass back instead of plastic. The thick bezels around the front face would probably make you prefer the water drop notch that we've seen on the Oppo F9 and Vivo V11. The back cover also doesn't sport the two-tone color finish that you find on the Galaxy A9. However, I love the side-mounted fingerprint reader built right into the power button, as it feels natural to place your thumb on it every time you unlock the phone. One thing that you will miss on this year's Galaxy A7 is the lack of IP68 water and dust resistance, so don't go swimming with it. Specs-wise, the Galaxy A7 is powered by an Exynos 7885 octa-core chip paired to 4GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, which is pretty decent for mid-range standards, and I'm glad that I can expand storage without using up the second SIM slot. The phone charges over a micro USB port and has a headphone jack with Dolby Atmos sound enhancement. Coming back to the phone's display, it has a 1080p resolution and colors pop just like what you would expect from a Super AMOLED panel. Viewing angles are excellent and screen brightness is the best in its class, and it is probably the most noteworthy hardware when compared to other devices. As far as Samsung's software goes, it taxes the Galaxy A7's hardware a little, but thankfully in most cases I can still get along well with some occasional stutters, which I kind of expected, but I wish Samsung could fix that in a future software update. It isn't annoying, but it's just not as snappy as other mid-range devices I've reviewed. However, I appreciate certain things that Samsung has built into the phone's software experience. For instance, Samsung Pay, which I really miss when I switch to other Android devices as I frequently use it back on my Note 9. There's also a proper app drawer which comes with useful contextual menus when you long press on an app. Gaming performance is acceptable if you aren't too particular about graphics quality. You will, however, encounter slight frame drops when playing games like PUBG Mobile and Asphalt 9. The phone's thermals isn't too bad when gaming for extended periods. If you think the 3 cameras on the Galaxy A7 is a gimmick, I'm gonna tell you that this is probably the most useful setup that I've ever seen on a mid-range device. The triple camera system comprises of a main 24MP f1.7 wide-angle sensor, an 8MP f2.2 ultra-wide-angle sensor, and a 5MP f2.4 depth sensor. Technically, you can only switch between the standard and wide-angle camera in the camera app. And while I kind of wish there's hardware stabilization on the main sensor, it performs great for outdoor and indoor shots. In fact, it is the best that I've ever seen on a mid-range device this year. Photos have sharp detail and accurate color reproduction. The wide-angle sensor is extremely useful if you're taking sceneries and group photos. I use it a lot on my last vacation, and even though it lacks the sharpness of the main sensor, it is sufficient for social media posts. On a side note, my unit received a super slow-mo camera mode update a day before this review. It takes the same 960 frames per second video like you get on the Galaxy S9 at 720p resolution. A fun feature to have, but don't expect great quality from it. The phone's selfie camera is also a decent one and takes 24MP photos. Not the highest resolution in the competition, but my selfies look really good on it, and I like that it doesn't over-beautify my face when I have that mode enabled. Samsung has also included AR emoji from its higher-end smartphones, but sadly there's no face tracking, and you can only apply your own emojis as stickers on your selfies. Most of you would probably be turned off by the small 3300 mAh battery size on the Galaxy A7, but I've experienced great usage time during the review period, and I usually get around 30% left when I end my day with heavy social media browsing and some Netflix sessions in between. The only gripe that I had is the lack of faster charging. Otherwise, the Galaxy A7 has good antenna performance for phone calls and cellular data. GPS reception is also good in the city. Samsung's attempt to challenge the sub 1500 ringgit phone category with the Galaxy A7 is a commendable effort. It's not the prettiest mid-range device, but it has some great features that I appreciate. For 1299 ringgit, you're getting a great display, a more polished software experience than many Chinese smartphones, a great camera that you can depend on during a road trip, and Samsung Pay. You can't go wrong with it if you've already set eyes on it. That's all for my review on the 2018 Galaxy A7. Let me know your thoughts about it in the comments section, and if you like this video, give us a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos and click on that bell icon to be notified on new uploads. Till then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.